New shapes in concrete began to appear. Squatter huts by the thousand were cleared. Blocks of resettlement flats built. They were basic at first, and then increasingly comprehensive. As it turned out, China's overpopulation, her strength and weakness, turned out to be the weakness and then the strength of Hong Kong. But there were squatter factories too, often the only source of income for the squatter. In their place, the government built resettlement factories. They were divided into small units to suit virtually cottage industries. Walk along any balcony and you will see the initiative and single-mindedness of the Chinese at work. Since the 1930s, Hong Kong has established industries of her own. Of these, the most important was textiles.
事實上，呢度嘅人口密度僅係次於摩納哥同埋直布羅陀，而居於世界嘅第3位。
如果喺上班落班嘅時間，市民就更加要坐貴車啦。例如朝頭早7點幾8點，筲箕灣落中環嘅小巴就要收到4蚊，等於假期九龍去元朗咁嘅價錢。如果日日咁樣坐，淨係上落班嘅車費每個月就要幾百蚊。如果想坐舒服啲，可以坐的士。筲箕灣又有個不成文規定嘅的士站，嗰啲搭客相逢無需曾相識，計過5個客就可以開車上中環位收5蚊，一車25蚊，好快就開一架㗎啦。如果坐電車雖然係3毫子，但係真係唔知道何日先至可以上到中環啦。喺九龍嘅土瓜灣，朝頭早亦都有專門過海嘅的士，亦都係位收5蚊，一樣係好好生意。唔坐的士想坐小巴，咁就行前幾步。不過只係由土瓜灣落到去灣仔，都要收3個半。住喺呢一區嘅市民，如果要過海上班，想坐巴士就好難啦。我哋睇下呢個巴士站，喺朝頭早都幾難坐到隧道巴士，因為隧道巴士嚟到呢個中途站已經係載滿大客㗎啦，想再塞上去都唔得。巴士一架一架咁樣飛站，如果趕時候，就只好出多幾蚊去坐小巴或者係的士。有時就算有巴士抵到埋站，停低啦，但係唔好咁開心住，佢只不過係落客啫。落完客之後又開走，唔再上客㗎啦。難怪小巴可以喺呢度揾到生意。又例如中環下晝5點幾鐘落班嘅時間，康樂大廈門口嘅小巴就比晏晝嗰段時間貴好多倍啦。由中環落大院都要3蚊，落西灣河就要4蚊。咁佢哋點解要收到咁貴呢？睇，除咗係由於內部經濟過程之外，石油加價，公共交通工具亦都要加啦。而家下九龍嘅市區巴士大部分都仲係3毫子，間中有啲4毫子，但係九巴已經表明，石油加價，巴士就非要加價，不能夠應付。而油麻地小輪公司雖然呢幾年已經係調整過收費，但係今年又再向政府申請要加價，恐怕冇幾耐之後，有油麻地小輪過海就冇4毫子呢支歌仔唱啦。
顧問專家受聘嚟香港研究解決交通嘅問題，得出嚟嘅結論就係要向地下發展。喺1970年，一份集體運輸研究報告書建議興建一個全長52.7公里嘅鐵路網，沿線設有50個站，經過所有人口稠密嘅地區。從今日開始，香港嘅交通設施就踏入一個新嘅紀元。經過4年嚟日以繼夜嘅建造工程，地下鐵路系統已經唔再係空中樓閣，而係確確實實咁喺我哋嘅腳下面活動緊啦。聽日就正式投入為市民服務。